You know, Alaska's ranked 50th out of 50 for barbecue. There's nobody worse for barbecue than we are. And so for me, I'm doing everything in my power to change that, and it's one beef rib at a time. Hey, I'm Ben, and today I'm making beef ribs and surprising some good friends of mine. Welcome to Twisted, it's the grill next door. The first thing we're gonna do is glove up. We're gonna be dealing with cold meat, hot fire, and sharp knives. This is beef plate ribs, also called the 1-2-3 cut, right there on the animal, just below the brisket. If you're thinking about the hierarchy of meats, which is fun to think about, in my mind, you've got brisket and then beef ribs right above it. Just kind of clean up the corners, look for anything that's hanging off. I'm just gonna make a quick X on the back, and that's gonna give me everything that I need. I started cooking outside just for my family because that's what most guys do. And then I saw a video on brisket and it kind of lit a spark in me to just, let's start doing this. We'd invite the neighbors over and I'd cook for them, and then the next weekend they invited their friends. And it got to the point where everybody that was there was just telling me to hang up the 9 to 5 and go full tilt with this. So we quit the job and I sold the house and we bought our food trailer, and it's turned out to be the best move I've ever made. And people always say, don't put all your eggs in one basket, but to that I just respond like, how cool is your basket? I mean, how much do you believe in it? For seasoning, use whatever you like. This is one that I really enjoy. It's just your simple salt, pepper, and garlic. The more pepper you get on there, the more smoke is gonna be attracted to this, and the better bark you'll build. So we made these beef ribs today for my buddy Kyle and his family. Last winter, we had this terrifying windstorm that 30,000 people were without power, ourselves included, and they basically just opened up their home to us. I don't know what sums up community better than that. Ideally, you would let this set up about 15 minutes. Let that kind of soak and saturate in. We don't have that kind of time up here, so I'm just gonna season right to the next side here. For us, being able to make these delicious beef ribs for him, I know he's gonna appreciate it. He loves our barbecue. So that's who we're giving the barbecue to today, and we'll go deliver that here soon. So we're rolling smoke at about 250 degrees, but at this point, we're ready to rip. This is gonna roll about 8 hours on the smoke. The seasoning is really not what matters. It's the time that you put into it. The main ingredients for this is really just beef and fire. I have to classify the fire as an ingredient because where you're getting your smoke from really determines a lot of your flavor. I've got everything indirect, so all of my fuel is actually on the right-hand side. That's gonna let that smoke permeate through the whole thing. You just don't want that fire directly on the meat. You're not trying to make a steak. We're trying to cook this low and slow. And away we go. So we have this big commercial smoker, which is honestly bigger than most people should have. Where everything starts is you've got your pellet hopper here. Those slide down a chute into this burn area and providing all of the smoke and flavor into the actual area where the meat is as the rotisserie turns and coats everything with that thick hickory smoke. Oh yeah, that guy is looking about perfect. Jive is taut, it's good enough. All right, so about 4 hours in, what you're looking for on this is your color's starting to form. That shrinks up quite a bit now. All that fat's starting to yellow up. That's good rendering coloring on there. You can see that membrane on the bottom starting to pull apart from itself, opens up that scoring mark that we did. That smoke is really penetrating nicely into the meat and everything starts to shrink up, literally just this way to this way. All of that piles into one glorious piece of meat. So that is that for this stage. See what it looks like after the 8-hour mark. Doing barbecue up by the glacier there, it's not super far from the origins of what barbecue is. It's very slow food. Barbecue is the exact opposite of fast food, but that's part of the experience. There's nothing simpler than fire and meat and people. That's all you need to have a barbecue. And that's one of the things that I love so much about it. So this is what you want to look for after about 8 hours. I've got good color on there. Everything's nice and tight. All that is moisture loss. All of that water is coming out of there and leaving all of that flavor on these bones. And that's exactly what you want out of a beef rib, just a super rich, decadent bite. Let's slice into these and see what they look like, see how we did. Living in Alaska, community is paramount. When the weather can do whatever our weather does, whether it's snow or sleet or rain or hail or extreme wind, it's a big deal to have a group of friends that are willing to carry the load for you. So for me, cooking for my friends it was the best thing I can think of in order to, you know, honor what they were doing for us. It's the best way that I know how to repay them using the skill sets that I have available to me.
Dude!
What's up, man?
Beef ribs.
Those look amazing.
They've been on quite the adventure today.
Yeah, I believe it.
So appreciate you guys.
Yeah, of course.
Community first. You guys nailed it. Helped us out when we needed it. We love y'all.
Love you too, man. Thank you.
Enjoy.
This is my best. So here, enjoy it. And that's the fun of it. And yeah, the beef rib is far and away my favorite cut of meat. And I don't think there's a whole lot of people that you'll find that'll argue that, honestly. It's amazing. This was Twisted's The Grill Next Door. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.